Hello, 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 hello. Good afternoon. If you can come in and share this out, I would greatly appreciate it. Sharing is caring, so share us out. Let us know where you're from, what do you do, what products and or services do you offer. That would be great too. But come on in the room. Good morning. No, good afternoon. I'm sorry. Say good afternoon. Good afternoon. Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Let's see. Let me start my Instagram. No, I'm about to start my Instagram real quick. 1 second. Oh, let me do it because I'm on airplane mode. Let's see. Hello. Hi. Hi, Tiffany. Hey, Felicia. Hey, Andrea. Hey, Juanita. Let us know where you're from. What do you do? What products and or services do you offer? Let us know. Hi, Katrina. I know I'm trying to make them all flow together. Hello, Instagram. Hello, hello. Let me put my title in real quick. I can pin it. Okay, we're ready to go. Look like we're good to go. Hey, we are back. Yes, we're back. I'm an esthetician in Jacksonville, Florida. Okay. Where's everyone else from? Hello, let us know where you're from. What do you do? What products and or services do you sell? I have no problem with you promoting your business in my live. I don't help everybody, nor do I want to. So I have no problem with you promoting your products and or services. Just don't be rude. You say hello first and introduce yourself, and then you drop the link. So I have no problems with you doing that. Over here, Wisconsin. Hey, Kayla. You're in Michigan. I offer business plan writing and startup consulting and life coaching for moms. Okay. Let us know where you're from. What do you do? A lot of people watch these replays. Okay. So this is a good chance for you to just shoot your shot. Okay. If you can come in and share this broadcast out, I would greatly appreciate it. Sharing is caring. So all you have to do is just share it out. I would appreciate that. Sharing is caring. So share this broadcast out. On Instagram, all you got to do is hit the little triangle button. And on Facebook, you know how to share. So just share it. So today, we go live every Wednesday around this time. When we talk about sales and strategies and systems. And, I'm all about helping you develop the profit that you need in your business by working less and profiting more. But the only way we can do that is by putting the correct systems and processes in place. So that's what we do here at Kate and Kate Consultant. But enough about me, because I don't really have a lot of time to talk about me. I want to talk about the three places that you can find clients for absolutely free. If you are struggling to get new clients, put a 1 in the comments. If you are struggling right now to get new clients, put a 1 in the comments. If you're struggling right now to get new clients, put a 1 in the comments. As you know, I always have a discounted training that goes with this live training that we're doing. And so now that I'm about to tell you how to get the clients, you have to now turn those cold leads into hot leads. So we have a $19 training that's normally $99 to show you how to turn cold leads into hot leads. So if you go to bit.ly/code2hot, you will be able to get that training. We have 50 of those available for $19. So if you go to bit.ly/code2hot, you'll be able to grab the 99 training for $19. Okay. So, I'm going to give you my 3 ways that I get new clients every single day. It's my money generating activities. You know, I'm very big on money generating activities. As the CEO and president of your company, it is your job to get people to buy. It's your job to fish. It's your job to bring in the contracts, the clients, the money. And then you let your team, you know, distribute it the way that it needs to be distributed in order for you to handle the clients. So you catch the fish, and then your team is the one that wash it, chop it up, season it, you know, fry it, make the size. That's your team's job. Probably right now you are the team. However, you cannot be the team if you don't have any money. So your number one goal is to bring revenue into the business. And once you bring the revenue into the business, if you are all facets of the team, then you do your team duties. But a lot of you are doing team duties and not CEO duties. You are really good with the support, but you don't need support if you don't have the money to support it. If you don't have the client that needs the support, you don't need support. Like, you doing all this stuff for no customers and no clients. So make sure that you are bringing the money in. That is your job as the CEO of your company. And so I'm going to tell you the three of the things that I do to fish every single day. So if you are ready, put ready in the comments. I am really interactive in my live. If someone has brought you here and you are not a part of our community, I would like for you to stay. Because we are a lit community. We are very live here. But I need some ones, some twos, some yeses, some ready, some let's get started, some, you know. Ready, yes, come. Ready. Okay, so the one thing that I'll always stress to you is that you want to be niche specific, right? It's riches in the niches. If you have not been in any of my trainings, but if you have come to a lot of my trainings, you know that I'm very clear about being very niche specific. I am, in essence, right, a business strategist. Like, that's what I do. I teach people how to grow their business. I could teach you how to start a business, how to grow a business, how to scale a business, how to sell a business, how to do a merger and acquisition in your business, how to sell this one, start a new one, create a new stream of income in it. I can show you all facets of business. However, that is not what I want to be known for doing. I want to be known for being the person that helps you find the revenue in your business model. I want to help you find the extra money that you left on the floor to increase your overall bottom line. I am in the business of helping my clients find the profit to increase their bottom line. That is me doing the same thing that you already do. We're not doing anything new, right? You've already been doing it already. So that's my area of expertise. You've already been doing what you've been doing already. However, you've been so busy doing what you're doing that you haven't looked at other ways for you to do different things. Same stuff you've been doing. Let's just put a couple systems in place so that you can go and scoop that money back up. So that is my area of focus. I am a thought leader in my industry. I'm not trying to teach you how to do a whole bunch of nothing. I'm trying to teach you how to do this one specific thing. I'm very niche specific in what it is that I do. Being niche specific makes me a thought leader. This is my thought and my train of thinking of how I got this idea or how I got these results. So being a thought leader and having an area of focus, right, puts you above the competition. So people want to be around the winning team. So if you are the thought leader and you think this way and you're getting results this way, people want to be a part of the winning team. People want to be a part of greatness. People want to be a part of success. So you making yourself a thought leader, not trying to be in every single lane and not trying to service everybody. You're very clear about who you serve, what you serve, why you serve them, what products and service serves that particular need. You become a thought leader in that particular industry. So as I said, people want to be around thought leaders, right? People want to be around those people that are experts in their particular area of genius. So the one thing that I do every single day, I am really big on exposure marketing. I'm really big on exposure marketing. I'm not in the habit of convincing people to work with me. I'm not in the habit of trying to tell you this is where you should be, but I'm really good at showing you my area of expertise, my skill set, my clients, my results, my receipts. And since I am showing you this, you like, well, I want that too. Like, I want them type of numbers. Like, I want that type of business. I want that type of money. So I am exposing exposing myself to you, and in return of me exposing my receipts, my collateral, my business, my brand, the way we do things, it makes you want to come over here. So the one thing that you can do to start your exposure marketing campaign is you need to get on podcasts, blogs, YouTube channels, right? Where every place that you can get some exposure, that's where you need to be. He said he at the door. That's where you want to be, right? So using other people's exposure to build your exposure. So using other people's exposure to build your exposure, right? So being on someone else's blog, being on somebody else's podcast, writing for somebody else's blog, being a contributor, writing for newspapers and other publications, right? Being on somebody's YouTube channel. Those type of things will boost your awareness, and then that will make people want to be a part of the team. Because a lot of times, most of the time, all of the time, if it's not, I won't be there. Most of the time when you are on other people's platform, they always say, well, how can people get in contact with you? How can people work with you? Ding, ding, ding. That's their call to action. Well, they can go ahead and join my mailing list. Or, you know what? I have a new program that's coming out. They can go here. Oh, I have my own podcast that I do. They can come there. Oh, I got my own YouTube channel, and so they can watch it there. Oh, I got a training that's coming up. Like, they can go there. So you exposing yourself on other people's platform will bring in those new clients so that you can be able to gain those new clients. It costs you nothing usually to be on somebody else's platform because they asked you. Why did they ask you? Because you are a thought leader in your industry. You have this particular genius that they want to know about, that they want to be around. And so therefore, they want that. But be clear. When I do somebody's podcast or somebody's radio show or somebody's whatever, it has to be in alignment with what I already do already. You asking me to be on your podcast is not as beneficial for me as it is for you, right? I am the person with the genius, right? I am the person with the goods. I am the person that you are trying to buy into. So since I am that person that you're trying to buy into and work with, it makes your platform look good. Just like if you get whoever your person is that you aspire to be or the person that you love so much, if you get them on your platform, it boosts up your clout. It boosts up your credentials. It boosts you, right? If you get, so my person that I love, like, is Mark Cuban. Like, he is my mentor in my head. Like, I love him. So if I get Mark Cuban to be on my YouTube channel, to be on my podcast, to be on my platform, that boosts me. Mark Cuban don't need me, right? I need him to be on my platform. So it makes me look good that Mark Cuban would be on my platform. So you want to do things that are in alignment with you. Don't just be on people's podcasts just to be on people's podcasts, just say you on somebody's podcast. It don't do you no good for your numbers to say you on 40 podcasts, but they only get 2 subscribers and 30 views. Like, how is me giving you my area of genius going to benefit my overall bottom line? So don't be, oh, somebody asked me to be on a podcast, so I'm going to do it. Just because people invite you doesn't mean you have to accept the opportunity. Just because I invite you doesn't mean you have to accept the opportunity. So stop just being happy for the opportunity. A lot of you are very just excited for the opportunity. You dope. They was going to come anyway. You great at what you do. You been it. You are everything. You are the best thing since Wi-Fi. Like, don't let the shiny object syndrome about somebody asking you get you off your focus. You are a thought leader. You are building your exposure. So just because they ask you don't mean you have to say yes. Just because they want you does not mean that you necessarily want them. So make sure that it's in alignment. So I'm really good about, I'll do 2 things a month that has nothing to do with my overall bottom line, has nothing to do with my business model, I do 2 gives a month where it is not in alignment with anything. It's just, okay, can you be on my, sure, no worries. I could do that, no problem, right? I do 2 gives a month. That's it though. I got 2 that I'm going to do that's not in alignment. Everything else, it has to be in alignment. I teach sales processes, pitching, and growth and scalability. So what I decide to put myself on, it has to be in alignment with that. They have to have an audience for that. They have to have some type of clientele for that. Because remember, I am doing all of this so that I can get some clients. I am doing all of this so that I can get these people. I don't want to do something and then I tell them to join my mailing list, and those people that join my mailing list are not people that's going to buy. They are not people that will usually buy my products and services. Those are not usually people that I would work with anyway. So like me, even though I'm a mompreneur is not my market. So yeah, I might be on your podcast to talk about how I work with 2 small children, and I was able to kind of grow my business from my kids being at home to grow it to 6 figures while I was working at home. But that's not my market. I work with coaches and consultants and corporations. So if it's not a mom that's on there that is a coach or a consultant or work at a corporation, then it is not in alignment with the clientele that I want. So just because I am a mompreneur doesn't mean that my market is mompreneurs. Like that doesn't mean that is in the alignment of where I'm trying to go. That's why you need to be really clear about who you want to work with, who's your target market, who is your niche audience, who is the ideal client. Just because I'm a mompreneur does not mean that my focus is to work with other mompreneurs. Like that's not my focus. If you are a coach or a consultant that just happens to be a mompreneur, then it makes sense. But I'm not seeking those type of people. So you want to be clear about who you're seeking to work with. So you being a thought leader and being in the exposure market to be on somebody's podcast, somebody's blog, somebody's YouTube channel, right? That gives you exposure and it's free. Most of the time they're asking you in exchange for exposure. Well, the exposure has to make sense because that's in essence, you're doing free work. Well, the free work has to make sense. Like I'm not in the business of doing free for free. Like it has to be free with a purpose. But I have 2 free gives that I will do a month where it's just not in alignment with anything that I have going on. They ask, my schedule fits. Okay, let me go ahead and do it. But will I use that? No, I won't use that. Most of the time when you're on people's podcasts or YouTube or things of that nature, right? They want you to promote it for them to bring the people right in. Well, I will promote it, but I'm not promoting it as, this is my thing that I did this month. Like I'm not promoting it like that because it's not in alignment. So I'll promote it for you to get some press, but I don't want you to heavy promote it for me so that I can get some press. This is my give to you. So I'm not expecting you to put the bells and whistles in because you don't have the demographic of people that I want. So I want that to make sense for you. You can definitely do things that are not in alignment, but you need to be clear that this is not in alignment and this is just my gift for the month. Like this is just my extra that I am doing for the month. But if it is not in alignment, you're not going to get no clients, right? And the whole goal for you to do this free is for it to be mutually beneficial for the both of you. So if it's not mutually beneficial for the both of you, that means that you just gave your time, your energy, and your expertise with nothing coming out of the deal. You can do it, but just don't do a lot of them, right? Because then you don't have no clients. So you just doing free just for free. And so you want to kind of do free, you want to do free with a purpose. A lot of you are very excited to be on other people's podcasts and blogs and like, oh my God, I'm so excited that they asked me. Like, you dope, you great. Like they was going to ask you anyway. Like they was going to ask you anyway. So I just want you to kind of just be clear about that. You are in business to make money. You're in business to make money. Well, if you keep doing all of these things that's not attached to any money in the long run, then you won't have any money. You on 100 people's podcasts and you still don't have any money because that audience wasn't your audience. And so what you were selling did not convert. So you want to make sure that it is in alignment with what you are selling or who you're talking to so that it can convert. So that's number 1. I'm ready for number 2. Put 2 in the comments. 2. Thank you for the people that bought the $19 training. I see that those are coming in. Thank you for those that bought the training. 2. Can you close that door? Okay, so number 2. Another way for you to get clients, and it's absolutely free for you to get clients, is just what we're doing right now, like a lunch and learn. I do a lot of lunch and learns. Lunch and learns are an hour of my time, and they are a part of my marketing strategy. A lunch and learn is an hour of my time a day, but it's a part of my marketing strategy. So I only do a lunch and learn for my social media once a week, but I do lunch and learns for corporations all the time. Like, we do lunch and learns every single day. And so a lunch and learn is just this, right? I told you what time I was going live, what I wanted to talk to you about, and you buying into me. We're building that like, know, and trust. I'm building up my credibility. I'm answering your questions. You're asking questions back. We have this dialogue going on. And so I'm building myself, remember, as a thought leader. And so therefore, lunch and learn is a really good way for you to get new clients and get in front of new people, because all of these people you don't follow. Somebody invited you here, right? Somebody invited you here for you to come over here. So that's a new person. You might watch all of my lunch and learns and never bought anything yet, but today might be the day where you be like, you know what? I've been watching this girl for a couple months. Let me go ahead and buy something from her. Well, when you buy something at a lower cost, like what we have now, our cost action is our $19 cold to hot lead training. Well, once you buy the training, you go on my email list. Well, now you're into my funnel. So you're going to buy something, whether or not today, tomorrow, next week, next month, next year. But if you are on my list, eventually you're going to buy something. So I just took you from a cold market, which was social media. This is a cold market. Just because we friends on social media does not mean that you are my ideal client or I am somebody that you want to work with. You might just like my kids. You might just like my hair. You might like the information. You might like I talk. You might like I'm friends with your other friends. You might like the different places that I go to, right? People follow people on social media for various reasons. So this is cold. Just because you follow me, we're not even warm or hot yet. This is still cold. Well, you become warm when I can take you from a place that I cannot monetize to something that I own. I own my email list. Like, I own that. So once you give me your email list, now you're in my pipeline. So now you warm. So whether you buy something today, tomorrow, or next week, eventually you're going to buy, but I'm making you warmer and warmer every single day because we send out emails twice a week. I go live once a week. I post on my social media every single day. So you're going to see me. Whether it's here, my email list, another product, another service, somebody else training, somebody else podcast, you're going to see me. So the fact that you see me makes it warmer and warmer until you just be like, you know what? Let me go ahead and get this girl some money. Boom, you're hot, right? So it might take it might take a while. They say it usually takes people 7 to 10 times to see you before they even purchase, right? So 7 to 10 times could be my emails that go out, right? 3 times a week. So you might have got, 3 weeks of emails, and that third week you like, let me go ahead and purchase, right? So lunch and learns are really good. I do a lot of corporation lunch and learns. And so you want to know how I do that? I'm going to take this lunch and learn and I'm going to say, hey, I did a lunch and learn and I talked about the 3 places you can get new clients. And I had over 1,000 people on this particular training. Click the link right here to watch this training. I would love to do a lunch and learn for your organization to talk about whatever I think their pain point is, right? 5 reasons why you can't convert, 3 sales strategies that work for the tech industry or whatever their business is. Would that be something that you'll be interested in? We could do a Friday at 1 o'clock Central Standard Time. Does that work? That's a whole part of my pitch. So you can do a lunch and learn here like I do. And I use the same lunch and learn to showcase my area of expertise and send this to somebody else and say, I could do one specifically for your community, specifically for your organization. Like, does Friday at 1 o'clock work for me to do an hour lunch and learn? Well, I'm going to kill the lunch and learn. Like, I'm dope. So I'm going to do a good job. Well, once I do a good job, they're going to say, hey, the stuff that you talked about in our lunch and learn, we want you to do that now for our organization. Can we have a conversation? Yes, we can, right? So I use my lunch and learns. Well, I do a lunch and learn every day, usually every day. We do about 4 to 5 a week lunch and learns. Well, that is part of my marketing initiative. That is part of my give. That is a part of me showcasing my expertise. That's a part of me fishing, right? I'm pitching to a corporation to do a free lunch and learn in exchange for me to do some work for them, in exchange for me to get a testimonial from them. So I might be in a logo collecting mode where I'm like, hey, we're about to start tackling pharmaceutical companies. Well, I believe that you need 3 good receipts. I believe you need 3 good receipts. So let me pitch to about 6 of them. 3 of them going to take the bait. In exchange, they're going to give me 3 testimonials. And so then I'm going to go back and I'm going to fish for 10 that's going to pay me, right, for a training. So I am in the habit of fishing. So a lunch and learn is a fish. A lunch and learn is a fish, right? I am fishing to showcase my area of expertise to bring these people in here. So we pitch to corporations, pitch. I'm big on pitching guru. That's what we do all day. But I'm really big about pitching to corporations like, hey, I talked about this and we have the same audience. Or I'll pitch to other people on social media that have like a really good following and I want to tap into their following. Or people that have Facebook groups and I want to tap into their Facebook group. Their Facebook is in alignment with the audience and the clients that I want. So I'll say like, hey, I want to know if I could do a free training for your Facebook group. Most of my trainings, they are $1,000 for, an hour training. However, I want to gift a training to your audience because, I listen to your podcast and I love what you said about blah, blah, blah. Or I seen you in Forbes and I like blah, blah, blah. That's a part of the pitch, right? When you asking somebody for something, you got to butter them up first. You just can't be like, oh, I want to do a lunch and learn because you got the audience I want and I want to get the money that your audience already have because I see some coins over there. It don't work out like that. You always gotta serve, then sell. If you don't have my serve, sell training, you can go to bit.ly/CCC freebies1. Try that and see if that works. bit.ly CCC freebies1. I think that's the list for all of my freebies. And so we have a freebie that talks about how to serve, sell. I'm all about the serve method. This is a serve. I am serving you. I am giving you this information. You did not pay one thing for this. I am serving. And I'm selling, right? I want you to buy this $19 training too. That's normally $99. So I am serving and selling at the same time. I believe in serve. I have served you this. So therefore, since I have done a good job, you should now return the favor and purchase this $19 training. So I'm all about the serve, sell. If I give you this, I want this. I already knew what I wanted in the end already, but I believe in business is a two-way street. It has to be mutually beneficial for the both of us. Even though I already know what I want. A lot of you don't know what you want. You let them control the sale. This is my sale. I control this, all of this. This is mine. I am in control. I know what I want already at the end. I'm very clear about that. I wanted to sell this training, so therefore I'm giving you this training on top, right? So the freebie is that right? Bit.ly. Okay, so it's bit.ly, which is right. Can you put it on Instagram?
Yeah.
So it's bit.ly CCC freebie
1.
So no S.
No S.
So freebie 1. Okay, thank you. So lunch and learns. You can use lunch and learns, right? You can use lunch and learns. Use lunch and learns in your business model. You can use a lunch and learn for anything. Even if you cook, hey, I want to show you how to put together a lunch in 20 minutes to prep for the entire week. You can use a lunch and learn for anything. A lunch and learn is you just showing somebody your expertise or the behind the scenes of how you do it. However, how you do it, you can show us in a lunch and learn to build that expertise. So no matter what you sell or what you do, you can definitely use a lunch and learn to showcase your expertise, right? You are a thought leader to showcase that, okay? So that's number 2. If you're ready for number 3, put a 3 in the comments. Thank you to everybody that bought the $19 training. I see that it's coming in. Make sure that you purchase the $19 training. Are you ready for number 3? Put 3 in the comments. 3. Okay, is this making sense? Is you picking up what I'm putting down? Like, y'all taking notes? You got it? Makes sense? Okay, 3. Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay. Okay, can you share it out? I know you shared it out already. Can you share it out one more time? Can y'all share it out just one more time? Just share it out one more time. I know you shared it already. Just share it out one more time. Just one more time for me. Just one more time. Sharing is caring, right? So the more shares I get, the more I be like, oh, okay, I can do another free training for them. Okay. It's like share it. Thank you. Appreciate it. It makes sense. Always taking notes. Thank you. Okay, so number 3. So this is like my favorite one. Okay, this is like the best one. Number 3. So number 3, another place that you can find clients for free 99 is Facebook groups. I am the best Facebook group catcher ever. Like Facebook groups is where the money is. Facebook groups is where the money is. And I know in your mind, you like, they don't let you sell in Facebook groups. Yeah, so you got to figure out how to sell without being salesy, right? You got to figure out how to sell without being salesy. This is a sale. This whole lot. This is a sale. This is a sale. This is it, right? I am really good at selling without being salesy. Like, however, I am in business to sell. So if you feel some type of way, like I don't care. You are in business to sell. So right? But a lot of people don't like to ask for the sale. A lot of people don't like to ask for the sale, right? I am really good about asking for the sale. However, a way that you can sell without being salesy, right? Y'all ready? Put ready. Is you ready? I'm about to give you the 3 ways that you can sell in a Facebook group without being salesy. Are you ready? 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 We are ready. Okay, make sure you're ready. Facebook groups are a gold mine. Okay, your Facebook group, your client Facebook group. I have about maybe 3 or 4 Facebook groups that I just politic in all the time. Like they know me enough. I got about 4 of them that I like to spend time in. You can spend time in my Facebook group too. It's called the Consulting Profit Hub. Come to my Facebook group too. We do okay in our Facebook group. And even if you try these techniques, I ain't gonna be like, oop, that's a sale. I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let it slide. I'm gonna let you go. Okay, so 1. People love people that give free game. I am all for free game. I am all for did you know? I'm all for guess what? I am all for guess what I found out. Like I'm all for the free game. So you giving just free tips and tricks that nobody asked you for. My line is always, I know you ain't asked for my 5 cents. However, like I know you didn't ask me, but I wanted to tell you anyway. Like I know you didn't ask for this information. However, I know ain't nobody tapped me on the shoulder. However, I'm all about giving you some free information because that I'm at the top of your list. Like she always giving good tea. She always come through with the word of the day. Like, yeah, like that's a sale. Like I knew what I was doing. Like I wasn't just giving it just to give it to you. I was giving it so that I can build that like, know, and trust. Like I'm building to show you that I know my area of expertise. I'm a thought leader in my industry. That I am good at what I do, and I'm not afraid to share the wealth. Like all this information is not for me. I'm trying to help you to help me to help us. So we can get this money together. And so, I know what tip I'm sharing. I'm in somebody's Facebook group every single day. So whatever I post on here, I post in somebody's Facebook group. So if I tell you the one thing I did that got me a new client, I'm going to tell you what I did, how I did it, and I'm going to say you should try it too. Well, the people that don't want to do it for themselves, they want me to do it. The people that still got questions, they want to book a session. The people that got it, but they need a little guidance, they want me to now help them manage the project. The people that have no clue, but don't have a lot of money, think about a digital product version of it. So you showing your knowledge and your expertise is a whole sale. Like, hey, I posted last week, like, hey, I didn't know if you knew this already, but I use Boomerang in my Gmail as an extension so that I can keep track of the pitches that I send. So you send an email and then you can schedule when a person would get that reply email if they haven't already emailed you, and it's free. Boom, you should try it. Always say what you do first though, right? Hey, I am pitching to 1,000 corporations. Me and my clients are pitching to 1,000 corporations right now. I discovered this tool called Boomerang that I heard on a podcast about blah, 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 blah. You should try it too. You always want to say what you do first. Like, hey, I heard this free tip about Boomerang. I'm gonna go first and then I'm gonna give you this tip. I'm gonna go first and then I'm gonna give you this tip. Hey, I'm working on this new project with this new client about blah, blah, blah. And I discovered this tool that helps it run more efficiently. Have you guys tried this? You should try it. I've been trying it for a couple of weeks and it didn't work. I made another post like, hey, I hired staff and we're working on this brand new project for this major textile corporations. And so we're trying to figure out what project management system we wanted to use. We tried 4 of them. We chose to use, what is called? What's the system? ClickUp. We chose to use ClickUp. I'm going to tell you the tip after I tell you what I really want. Because I can't say in a Facebook group like, hey, I'm working with these corporations. How does that help them? That just sounds like that's a sale for me, which it is, but it won't convert. So you got to say what you want and then put the tip at the end. So say what you want and then put it at the end. So then it ain't a sale. Like, hey, I'm working on this project and we doing blah, 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 blah. And I was trying to find a tool that really works right. And so I found this tool and it went well, right? The second one you can do is you want to ask questions. You are a damsel in distress. You are clueless. You don't know. You are dumb. You are very confused. So I'd be like, hey, I'm working on this project with this new client and we're doing such and such, such and such. I'm trying to figure out what project management system I should use. I already know I'm going to use ClickUp. I already know that already. I already know what I'm doing already. However, the more people talk back to you in the comments, then you can start to talk. They're like, well, what project? Well, how you get it? You could, hey, I was pitching. Are you interested in pitching too? Like, hey, I, sent a pitch proposal. You need help with that? Like, now you can, start the sale. Because they asked you. You want them to ask you questions. You just can't come in a Facebook group and just be like, hey, this is what I got going on. That's a sale. But if you just ask a question and they start asking you, it's rude not to answer their question back. So I could do that for you. So that's another way that you can do it. First thing you want to do is you want to give advice. And I am a conversation starter in a lot of groups. The conversation starter is very good, right? I am a conversation starter in a lot of groups. So, in different Facebook groups, they give you different badges and stuff like that. So the conversation badge means that I'm heavy in this group. Like this where I'm at. So I have a lot of the conversation starters things. Like she always talking. She always giving good advice. I post in my Facebook groups that I like, they're like, you always giving good tea. You always coming in with the word like, yes, like I want to work with you. Like we should work together. I've been looking for somebody like you. Then, right, if somebody say we should work together, all 30 of my clients gonna be like, you should work with her. Yes, she's great. She's amazing. I've been working with her. Like now they gonna pipe it up even more and turn it up even more. Cause somebody else was like, you should work with her. Oh, baby, don't. The clients come in and be like, you should work with her. She's great. I've been working with her for 5 years. Like, yep, we working on that. Yep, she helped me with that. Like, all you need is just a little in. Just a little in. That's why I politic and inform them. And that's where I hang out. That's where I like to be. So the one was you want to give advice. Second one is you want to ask questions. The big one, though, that a lot of you don't do is you want to answer questions like, Facebook group is a money generating activity. It's money in there. So if somebody has a question with something and you can do it, give them your opinion. Hey, I don't think that you should do that because I tried that and it did not work. However, I tried this and this ended up working. Like business is a two-way street, right? It has to be mutually beneficial for somebody else. So questions that are in my area of expertise that I can do, I'm always on those questions. Like, yes, you should do blah, 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 blah. Most of the time, somebody will tag me like, hey, Bianca, like, do you think you can answer her question? Is this something that you think that you can do? Like, but I browse Facebook groups all day, right? Like that's one of my money generating activities. And so I usually do a Facebook group in the morning at about like that 8 o'clock mark. And then I close out, my night when I, comment on all of my comments and when I, read my final emails and go through my groups. It's a money generating activity. Like I do it every day. I start it and I end it with it too. So I'm pretty much looking at these Facebook groups, the first hour of my day, and then kind of that last hour when you just laying in the bed scrolling and you're not really doing anything. I use that like last hour to, okay, did somebody post something interesting in the Facebook group? Did somebody respond to what I said? I check my last DM messages or whatever like that. But I'm very organized in just my workflow of the day. I do things every hour on the hour. I'm very time driven. So I kind of use my time, my last hour. Or, like if I'm soaking in the tub, like I'll use that hour to respond back. I block out hours of time. And so I'm very good about like multitasking. If I'm in the tub, I got my music playing and I'm, responding back. If I am in the kitchen cooking, waiting for the food to be done, like, okay, now let me respond to these emails. I found little pockets of spaces to do the small things that if you don't do it, it'll kind of lead to bigger things. So I'm really good. I'm about kind of finding those little pockets of space. But you need to respond back to the people that talk to you. And you need to start the conversation. Just because I'm a conversation starter, I'm also, in on conversations that I did not start. A lot of times, most people only pay attention to the conversations that they start in these Facebook groups. Oh, baby, I will scroll all in the comments because it's a part of a money generating activity. I'm just not scrolling just to be nosy. I'm trying to scroll to see where the money at and who I can work with and who we can partner with. So, yeah. I'll recap and then put your questions in here so we can do some questions. We can do Q&A. I think we got like 8 minutes for Q&A. So 3 places you go to find some new clients for free 99. The first one is you want to do exposure marketing. So, being on somebody else's platform. So, being on somebody's podcast, YouTube, all of those things, but make sure that is in alignment with what you do. Don't just be like, oh, I'm going to be on 30 podcasts and now you on 20 of them that has nothing to do with your area of expertise or no place where your client would be. Like it was good for them, but it was a waste of time for you. So make sure that it's in alignment with where you're trying to go. Number 2, you want to do lunch and learns. This lunch and learn, like right here, this is an entire sale, this lunch and learn. And number 3, you want to figure out what Facebook groups have the clientele that you want or the audience that you want. Also, too, I follow a lot of Instagram pages and turn on my notifications to the people that I want. Like they have the audience that I want. So it goes both ways. Like when they post, if I signed up to get their notifications, like I'll comment on it. And don't just comment like, hey, good job. Like you're trying to position yourself as a thought leader. So it's a whole essay on that. Yep, I think this and I did this and blah 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 blah. Like I'm trying to get they people to be like, oh, okay, let me go on over here and follow her. Oh, I like this. Let me stay over here. So I use that as a marketing strategy too. Facebook groups and other people's Instagram pages too. They're really beneficial. So let's answer some questions. I think we have about 10 of the $19 trainings left. So make sure you purchase that. If you go to bit.ly/code 2 hot. But let me answer your questions, comments, or concerns that you might have. And I appreciate you guys for coming today. If you're watching this on a replay, make sure that you share it out. Like sharing is caring. I appreciate that. But I got time for, well, we gonna time out. So I got time for some questions. Off topic, what platform are you using? Be Live. Be Live is a platform that I'm using on Facebook. Thank you for sharing. Okay, it don't look like I got no questions, so that means I can go. Don't send me no message later like, oh, I didn't want to ask it in front of the people, but I wanted to know if Don't send me no messages later. Like, oh, I did. What's your questions? This was good. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. We'll be back here Wednesday, same time, same place. Do you still offer pitch services? So yes and no. I have a pitch course, and so if you buy the pitch course, then we can set up a pitch session. But no, I just don't do pitch sessions anymore. You need to kind of have your framework already together so that it can come out and it could work accordingly. But yeah. No, it's only 3. I know I put 5 in the emails, but it's only 3. Can you share more about your workflow for sales? Okay, so that's a loaded question. Be specific. What part of the workflow for sales? Because it's an entire process for that. So simplify the question. Is Be Live how you do your background? No, these was already pre-made already. I have a lot of these office pictures with my logo in it already that was already pre-made already. And then I just upload it as a background. But Be Live, no, doesn't give you that feature. I ordered the kick-ass goal planning. Do you still offer accountability services? No. That's a good question. That training is like from 7 years ago. But no, we have other programs, but no, not accountability though. You don't need accountability. You need a sales strategy. You don't need necessarily accountability. So no. Where do you go to do lunch and learns for corporations? I don't understand. Where do I go? Where do we do it at? Is that the question? Like, where do we do it at? I just do them on like a Zoom or like a free conference call. Like, if they say yes, then I'll set it up and send them the link to their, to their team or whatever. But yeah, I used to do them live, but since COVID, we've been kind of locked in the house. But I live in Chicago, so I'll usually pitch to go and do them live. But I've been doing them online too. Would you think about having a free Facebook group and a paid one? So I have a free Facebook group, and a paid Facebook group is if you buy one of my programs. So a lot of my programs are ran in Facebook groups, so that's a paid Facebook group. But we have a free Facebook group. But our paid Facebook groups are only open during when that program runs. Like, we're doing a 31 days to get your shit together program. That program comes every quarter. So once the program is over, I'll archive it. And then when the program starts back up again, I'll open it and run it. So I'm only active in the Facebook groups that have to do with the program when the program is actually going on. Best way to charge, per project or per hour? So I don't know. It kind of depends. I'm project based though. Just because I can do your project in 1 hour does not mean that I should get paid for only 1 hour worth of work. It's taking me an hour to do it because my area of expertise and my skill set is on point. So I should be penalized to getting paid for only doing an hour of work because I can do it in an hour. But if my expertise was not at that level, it'll probably take me longer. So I should be getting paid more because we can do it sooner. So we're project based. I'm a project manager, so everything is project based anyway. We do hourly sessions. Like our sessions, the investment for a 1 hour session is $650. So we do those sessions, but that's the only thing that we do per hour is like that 1 hour session. And 99% of the people that do the 1 hour session, they go into a project and then they're able to use that $650 towards the project of what they want me to do. That was my question to Corsat. What do you think about having a free? Okay, can you share more? Give me a question again about the workflow. Yes, I'm about to change my private Facebook group and upsell my sales strategy. Yes, that would be a good lead-in. They said Kendra, good question. Let's go. Where do you do lunch learns? I answered that. I'm a business strategist for moms. Would you recommend joining popular mom groups and mompreneur groups? I follow Maddie Jane. Yeah, so I would recommend you join the mom groups because you're about showing moms how to start a business and still be at home with their kids. So mom groups would be really beneficial. You should also think about maybe guest blogging or having a guest spot or mom articles. I write a lot of articles for like other people's blog, and now I just got picked to be a writer for Entrepreneur Magazine. I'm pitching to be contributors for 4 other major publications. But if you start to write and be in other people's spotlight where they have the type of clientele that you want, it makes it so easy for the sale. You said it, you a thought leader, you're in this major publication, so therefore she has to know what she's talking about. So let's go ahead and work together. So I would definitely start to be in Facebook groups, but also you ain't got to limit yourself to these people's Facebook group or their pages. Go outside the box. Pitch an idea to a publication. Like I do that every day. So yeah, I wouldn't stay for just that. How do you leverage your expertise with your smaller follower on social media in order? So I get that question a lot, right? And so people say like, oh my God, it worked for you because you have all of these followers. No, I was going live every day when I had like maybe 500 followers. I was going live every day. I went live every single day, 2017 and 2018. And so I built my platform and my following from going live. Live is the quickest way for you to build that like, know, and trust, for you to become a thought leader, and for you to make sales. You see how these questions is coming in? If I don't know the answer to the questions, but I told you that I knew it because I posted or I said it before, if I don't know the answers, that means that I'm a fraud. So I'm a liar. So none of that stuff that I posted was true. People have people that ghost right there, and no shade. People have people that ghost write their posts, that ghost do their videos, right? And so they don't really know the answers because that's not their stuff. But when you are live, these questions come. These people have questions and they're expecting an answer. So going live is the quickest way for you to build your authority and build yourself as a thought leader. And so even when I had 500 followers and it was just me and 2 of my friends, we used to do back when Periscope was big, we used to do these scope trains. And so we used to go live and come in each other's broadcast and share it and comment and heart. Well, you do 2 and then 2 invite 2 and then they invited another 2, then a 2, then a 4, then a 6, and then that's how I built my following from going live. I went live every single day in 2017 and 2018. That's why if you buy a lot of my older products, you'll see that they're live broadcasts. They're lives that I did, that I packaged and resold. I guess that's what about charging? Okay. I guess that's the same advice you're giving to mom coaches will work for me as a career transition coach. Yes, it'll definitely work. You want to figure out how to be above your competition. Your competition is not in Forbes magazine. Your competition is not on a radio show. Your competition, they ain't on that level. They not thinking like that. So you have to think outside of the box so that when you look at this person and they look at you, they're like, they services is kind of the same. It's pretty much priced the same. So what's the differentiating factor? Your results, your receipts, your testimonials, and who else said that you was dope. So you want to get some of those credentials and accolades behind your name. Like a mom blogger and a career coach and somebody that helps moms is somebody that helps moms. Like you do the same thing. But what differentiates you? What's that niche specific thing that you do, right? You might help moms in a 3-month program go from, idea to implementation in just 3 months. And so your 3-month program is that signature. Your thing might be, I can help you land a job within 90 days or less, or you get your money back, right? Like, so you got to kind of figure out what's that differentiating factor. Workflow as in your daily schedule to get offers out there, your time blocks. Okay, so I'm really good about mapping out. So let's back. I have a plan for the whole year. Like I'm on a 1-year plan and a 5-year plan. A lot of my programs that I do, they're run different months or every quarter. Like we just finished money generating activities. That comes out in June and then in November. 31 days to get your shit together comes out in March, July, September, and December. Like processes that lead to profit comes out in November. Like my stuff is on a schedule, so I run the same programs pretty much all year, but it's just at different times. So I always have like a wait list for it. but I also know the workflow that goes into it. I'm always working a month ahead. So I'm selling a 31 days to get your shit together now. That starts in August. So I'm always a month ahead, but I'm always a quarter ahead. We work in quarters. So I kind of know like what I'm doing. It's no guesswork. A lot of people ask me like, how are you able to do all of those things? I'm on a schedule. Like we run a real corporation. Like I'm on a schedule. I'm not just winging it. Like it's my plan for the year. So if you kind of map out the plan and just follow the plan, just all you got to just map out the plan. But I'm really good about blocks of time. So I knew this live was going to take me from 1 to 2. I have a call at 2:30 and another one at 3. Then from 3:30 to 4 o'clock, I have something else to do. Like I schedule when I'm gonna call my husband back, when I'm gonna check on my kids. Like I schedule when I'm gonna do my meetings. Like it's on my schedule, so I just block it out, and I don't take longer than the time that I allocated. That's another thing. I don't take longer than the time that I allocated. If I allocated an hour to get this done, if I don't finish it in an hour, it doesn't spill over. I'm not like, oh my god, well I'm not gonna be able to do nothing else for the day because I just have to get this done. I work really hard to get that done in an hour, and if I don't get it done in an hour, then I have to finish the other thing that I was doing so that I can now use that extra time that I have to finish it. Unless it's a major project, then I know like I'm working on this all day. But I don't let my stuff spill. I don't let because I didn't finish it. It's a domino effect when you work and play catch up. So I don't do it that way. I'm usually good. I've been doing it for a long time. So I'm usually good at knowing like this gonna take me 30 minutes. This gonna take 45 minutes, but I'm gonna allocate, an extra 15 minutes. This really takes 2 hours. This takes, I'm gonna put 2 hour block for this, but it's really only gonna take me an hour. So then I can play catch up in what I didn't finish for that other hour. So I'm very time driven. So no questions, but a compliment. I have been following you and purchasing classes from you consistently for several months. I love your personality. Feel it. Oh, thank you. Affinity for your babies and have made thousands from some of your strategies. Yes, come on with the thousands from the trainings. Let's see. Thank you for the knowledge. Is it much needed? What is the example of a lunch and learn for a life coach? I don't know. So okay, so let's talk about this for the next live. You have to be very clear when you ask me a question. Hey, I'm a life coach and I focus on such and such, such and such. Like, what is a lunch and learn for this? You don't have to speak in generalities. Like, you have me right now to ask specifics. So put the specifics. Like, hey, I'm a business coach and I focus on this. Hey, I'm a career coach and I focus on this. Like, what is it that I can do for this so that I can answer your question correctly? But a life coach, it can probably be like mental health, right? Or how to decompress, right? Or how to find that work-life balance. Like, kind of just depends on what your scope of work is. You're welcome. Do you have a few simple do you have a few simple tips on how to start pitching a corporation, or maybe a digital course that breaks that down? I have an entire course that releases on Friday on how to pitch to corporations. It's called How to Pitch for Clients and Checks, that starts next month. But a tip on how to start pitching to corporations is first figuring out what's your area of expertise and what corporations do you want to work with. Like, what's the industry? Are you working with tech? Are you working with sales? Are you working with customer service? Like, what area are you trying to kind of go into? And then what's the need that you would solve? And then what business actually needs that? So let's go back. Great information. Okay. I am so ready. I'm ready for the program too. I'm a CPR instructor. How do you suggest I go about a sales pitch? I don't know. I don't have enough information for that. What's the thing that you're trying to, why do people need CPR instructors? Like, what's the pain point that you're trying to solve? Like, what's the purpose? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, of it. That's kind of broad. Like, I don't know. It depends on what you're trying to sell. Like, what's the angle? Like, who are you trying to do it for so that you can position it the right way? Okay, so we're about to cut off on Instagram, but if you come to my Facebook, I'll still be here. So if you go to Kate K Consultant, you're able to watch me still here because I'm going to finish the questions here. But I appreciate you for coming. If you have questions, comments, and or concerns, you could come here, or you can always, DM me. But I appreciate you guys for coming today, and I'll be back here on Sunday. On Sunday. Oh my God, on Wednesday. Okay, where we at? In live. Understandable. Is it 31 days? Yes, it's still available. bit.ly/ what's the link to 31 days to get your shit together? Get your business shit together 2020. Yeah, it's still available. That's the link for it. I'm an execution coach. How do you pitch this? I don't know. I need a little bit more information than you just being an execution coach. Is it 31 days till available purchase? Yes. Understandable. I actually created and launched a social media live challenge, and it definitely helps with my services. Right. Going live will definitely strengthen that relationship. When are you going to do a training on how to schedule out your year and forecast with a different course launch? So that wouldn't be a course. That would be a service. Like, that's a service. You can book a session for that. That wouldn't be necessarily a course, really. Yeah, that wouldn't necessarily be a course because it's case by case, but I'll see how I can fit that in. Put that down. They want on how to forecast your year. It's kind of, that's a touchy subject because each business is different, and so you kind of go with the trends. Like if you are in the clothing boutique business, right? Like summer stuff come out in Christmas time, right? So that's when you go to the store on December 26th and you see shorts and tank tops and swimsuits, right? They're always, a season ahead. So it kind of just depends on who you're marketing to and kind of what that model is to kind of make it make sense. So it's kind of it's a case by case. That's why it wouldn't be an actual course per se. That would have to be a one-on-one kind of service. What comes to mind when you hear the title personal growth strategist? So maybe a goal accountability partner. Like that sounds like more of a like accountability partner. Like I have these goals that my business coach gave me, but she don't do accountability. Like for me, I'm a consultant, and so I'm not your accountability partner. I'm gonna give you this work, we're gonna do this session, and then we're over. Like I'm not checking on you to make sure that you did it. Like it's really, I'll follow up like in a couple of weeks, like, hey, just kind of checking the progress, but I'm not the one that's gonna check up on you today and send you emails and that's not what we do. So you might be like, hey, Bianca gave me this strategy and this blueprint of what I'm supposed to do. I need somebody now to help me be accountable to make sure that I do it because I'm talking to her Friday at 4:00. So I want to make sure that I am prepared for that. So that sounds like, an accountability coach or something like that. Oh, what is that show? Adding more to my question, I'm an HR consultant for small measures. Okay. Show. For the CPR, it's a life-saving technique, so healthcare providers, non-health providers, new mothers, and fathers. Right. But who are you going to go to? Are you pitching to corporations that everybody on their team needs to learn how to do CPR because statistics show that 80% of people die at work from a simple mishap that could have been solved if a person knew how to do CPR? And so therefore, I want to do a training for you to make sure that that doesn't happen on your watch. Way better pitch, right? So you need to figure out who you're trying to talk to so you can put the stats and the statistics and your reasoning kind of behind it to make it flow. I teach Can you talk more about the 31-day challenge and would it be good for new businesses? Yeah. So the 31 days to get your shit together challenges, it doesn't matter if you are in business or if you work a 9 to 5. It's really a reorganization challenge. So like, let's clean out your emails, right? Let's put your autoresponders on. Let's now do your footers and your headers. Like, let's make sure your lingo is correct. It's like a cleanup challenge. Like, I do it every quarter to just kind of reposition and establish my systems and processes and check and balance, make sure that my links work, make sure that my bio is still in alignment. So it's not necessarily you have to be in business. It's a reorganization and kind of cleanup challenge that we do every quarter. And also for all of my programs, if you buy it once, every time I do it again, you always get it for free. So it's not like you have to pay twice. I do the program all the time. It just depends on when you get in. You need to get in at the price that I'm discounting it as. Like the 31 days to get your shit together challenge is on sale for $59. I think for the first 200 people. I think we got like 30 spots left. So once those are gone, then you would just have to pay the $179 to be in the program. I teach classes and I'm new and just started, so I don't have a lot of clients. It's okay if you don't have a lot of clients. You just need one. You just need one good one and use that testimonials to get you other ones. So you might want to pitch to corporations, to just do some free trainings and in return you want a testimonial so that you can use that to get paid work. So it's okay. Okay, so let me go back. Just to follow up on my HR question I saw for hire on bread for clients. So are you trying to pitch to HR consultant for a small and pain point is I saw hiring on bread issue. So you're trying to pitch to to companies that have maybe 10 or less employees, because those that have more, they already have that already. So your services wouldn't be needed there. Or if you're coming in as a consultant with so this technique. I am a business growth strategist and I do project management. So my pitch is always, I know you have somebody on your team that do this. However, this is what I do every single day. And your person has 31 other different tasks that they have to do. So let me come in with a fresh set of eyes and look at your processes and your infrastructure to see what I see of where you're kind of, not making the money that you deserve. So I'm always petting the corporation or the people on the show, like, I know you have somebody for this. Like, you've been doing good. If they don't have it, it's like, oh, let me get it. And if they do have it, like, oh, okay, she just want to come in and do a quick audit. So, okay, let me do that. So either way it goes, it's kind of a win-win situation because you don't really know unless you hire a data analyst to get all of that information for you. Like, you don't really know. You're kind of just pitching blind. And so when I'm pitching blind, it's always in the best interest of, I know you have somebody that do this already. You've been killing it, in the game for 20 years. Like, I just seen you in Forbes. So I know that you have somebody on your team to do this. However, I've worked with over, 90 corporations that are your competition. So I was able to see blah, 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 blah. My goal to pitch to them is to have B2B. My coaching business is starting to grow. Specializing in accountability and purpose. I offer a 4-week program. Do you have any suggestions to the max number of clients I should allow to avoid overkill? In fact, no, ma'am. Let them come in. Don't put a cap on it yet. Let them come. Like, this might be your one where you burnt out and stressed out. It's okay. Plan accordingly for the next one. If this is your first one that you're doing, you can't plan for it. So you don't know if you're going to get 100 people or 5 people, or just take the people as they come. Like, you can have a plan, but you really learn when you're on the job and you're kind of in it. So you might be like, all I can take is like 10 people. You might get 100 people and figure out that you can manage 50. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I would say just kind of go into it, and then, when it's over, work out the kinks from there. Like, you trying to plan it and it hasn't happened yet, which will cause you to either cap it or for you to not make the type of money that you want. So I developed processes after I did it. So I'm very clear on what I think gonna happen. But you don't know till after it happened. You can't plan for something that really hasn't happened yet. So I would let it happen, and then from there, in your debriefing, and then your, what I learned, and when you kind of, regroup and put the processes and the back end stuff and do your testimonials and ask for feedback, you can kind of do it. So then the next time that you can, you can do it better. But you trying to plan for something that didn't happen, it don't really happen like that. I help people get started with their coaching business. Okay. But what's the question? I help people get started with their business. What type of business? Are you niche specific on what type of business that you start? Do you know the time frame? What type of people? I work with coaches and consultants and corporations. So I'm very clear on who I work with. Even though I can help anybody, who I'm marketing to and who I'm talking to is two totally different things. So I'm very clear about the money that I'm asking for. Just like commercials, they're very clear about who they want. If you want them, it's okay, but they know who they want. If you just so happen to be like, oh, I know you ain't talking to me, but I want that too, you can buy it, but I wasn't asking for your money. So you got to kind of be clear about who money you're absolutely asking for. And we do a 15-minute let's get acquainted calls for us to see, what you need, if we're a good fit, if we offer those products and our services. So you can book, the link for that. Let's get acquainted calls. Yeah. You can book a 15-minute let's get acquainted calls to talk to somebody on the team to kind of see what you need and why you need it. Like, you can talk to somebody here. I don't do the let's get acquainted calls. The people on my staff, they do the let's get acquainted calls, but they'll be able to weed out like, oh yeah, we don't do that, but oh yeah, we have a product for that. So let me see. Let me see if I can find it. You found it? Let me find this link for these let's get acquainted calls so I can drop it real quick. I think I made a link for it already. We just started doing let's get acquainted calls 2 days ago because we normally we don't do free consultations. So oh, you found it? Okay, so drop the link. We don't do let's get acquainted calls. We just implemented these let's get acquainted calls. I'm looking to start in the grocery store retail industry and have done extensive research within community that I would like to be on. Are you able to help with a business plan? No, I don't do business plans. You can go to the SBA.gov and they can do it, but no, we don't do business plans. Why do you go live on Facebook business page instead of your group? I know there's a reason. Yes, so if you Google your business name, the top 3 things that will come up is your Facebook business page, your website, and something else. So I'm really big about building my testimonial collateral of what people see. And so this live, when people Google me, I want them to see this live. Well, if it's in my Facebook group, they're not able to see it. I had one video that went viral maybe like 4 years ago. Well, it went viral on my personal page. That does nothing for my business on my personal page. And so I'm really big about building my collateral. My testimonials are on my Facebook business page. Facebook business page is prime real estate. So I definitely start on my Facebook business page and then I share it out. So you want to build your Facebook collateral. I have over 100 testimonials on my Facebook page, new ones too. We're really big about building our testimonial collateral. So it does no real use for me in my just in my Facebook group, but it does wonders for me being in a place where people can search it. So I do private ones in my in my Facebook group that have to do with just the group, but when I'm talking and doing like a lunch and learn or a training, I want everybody to be able to see it. So but no, we don't do business plans. That's it takes too long. It's just I don't do it. But you can go to the SBA.gov and they can do one for you for free. We do business snapshots, but we don't do business plans. You need a business plan for what you're trying to do. Business snapshot is what we do. Like you're already in business, you're trying to forecast your year, see what you're gonna sell, how much money you're gonna make, kind of who you're going to work with. So we do those. Oh, it's okay that you're trying. I've been doing this for 8 years. Okay, that's why I figured it out. Trust me when I tell you. I've invested a lot of money, time, and energy into knowing all of this stuff. Okay, so trust me. You can ask me all of the questions you want to. I am here to help. I'm glad that you're trying to figure it out. At least you're trying to figure it out. You know, some people be like, I don't want to do that. Like, I'm all for, if you know, then tell me. If you say this is what you do, let me know. So I'm all for that. Oh, we got a call at 2:30. Mm-hmm. Okay, so it's 2:27. I got a call at 2:30. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. You can send me a message and I'll somebody from my team will answer your questions, comments, and or concerns. But we will be back here on what is today?
Today is the 22nd Wednesday.
On Wednesday.
We'll be back next Wednesday, the 29th.
We'll be back next Wednesday on the 29th. Ghost strategies for moms. Yeah, you know how I feel about that. So what software do you suggest for proposals? We write our proposals on Canva. Like we write them on Canva to be able to easily track them. So we write them on Canva and then we use Boomerang. So we use Boomerang, which is a Chrome extension for Gmail. And so when we send those out, we're able to track them through Boomerang. Like we're able to see, we send it to you on Monday, you still haven't opened it. So we set up a trigger for it to go out on Thursday to say, hey, I just want to make sure that you got my email. So it kind of goes to the top. So we create them in Canva, or we buy a template from Creative Market. And, you know, the proposal is the same. Like the only thing that is different on the proposal is the last 2 pages. Like in the last 2 pages has to do with the client, the phases, the scope of work, the price, and you know how long it's gonna take. But the first 3 pages is us. So we just customize the last 2 parts, 2 pages of it. So we get our templates from Creative Market and then we make sure that it's compatible with Canva. And then when we send them out to pitch, but remember, we don't send a proposal out to pitch until we actually had a conversation. Like, I'm not giving you all my goods for you to be like, oh, okay, thank you. If I tell you all the stuff that I'm going to do, it's no purpose of us working together. So it starts in Canva. It starts in Creative Market, then to Canva. And then from Canva, we send it out in Gmail, which has the Boomerang extension to it. You're welcome. Okay, let me go. I cannot be late for my call. I'll see y'all later.